Hello, guys. We are going to be talking about equations. So let's start with some fundamental principles we have to know about equations. So A equals B. This is an equation because it's got an equal sign in it. And if you look at the word equation, it comes from the word equal, right? So for any expression with an equal sign in it, it changes from an expression to become an equation. Another one is a plus 2 equals 45. This is also an equation. And to break this down some more, what this means is that whatever a plus 2 is should be the same or equal to 45. And if you think about it, this is a 43. 43 plus 2 equals 45. Therefore, we could say A is 43. Now, think about 4 plus 2 equals 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. 4 plus 2 equals 6. Now, if you look at this equation, well, because it's equal, the left should equal the right. If the left does not equal the right, what is on the left does not equal what is on the right, then it's not an equation. Then it's wrong. Then we should say it's not equal to. But 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. So this stands. Now, let's say that I decide to set this up with a variable x. So now I replace the 2 with an x. So I've got 4 plus x equals 6. Now, from the top, you know that this is a 2. But let's say that we didn't know. Okay? Let's say we didn't know. 4 plus x equals 6. Now, someone would decide to just look at this and then think about it and then know that x is 2. But what about if we don't know? If we don't know, we have to solve for x. Now, to solve for x in a problem like this, well, you've got to start by first looking at how to deal with the equation. I've got a 4 on the left, and then I've got 6 on the right. But I know that because this is an equation, anything you add to the left, you should add the same to the right. Anything you subtract from the left, you should subtract the same number from the right. Anything you do on one side, you should do the same thing on the other side. So because 4 is a number and 6 is a number, I'm going to bring all those numbers to one side because I'm trying to solve for x. So I'm going to have my x to stand alone and then the numbers to also stand alone. So to do that, I have to, because this 4 is a positive 4, I have to subtract 4 from the left. Remember, it's an equation. You don't want to change one side without changing the other side. So I'm going to also do the same. So this gives me 4 minus 4 is a 0. Well, you don't have to write the 0. Plus x equals 6 minus 4. So all I did was that I want to take the 4 away so that I have the x to stand alone. To do that, because I have a positive 4, I'm subtracting 4 on both sides of the equation so that I don't change the equation. Because if you do the same thing for both sides, it's equal, right? It's balanced. So because it's balanced, the equation stands as you started with. So this should give me an x equals 6 minus 4 is 2. So my x equals 2. X equals 2. Now, going back to the equation, to the same equation again, let's say that if I forgot to to subtract 4 from both sides, and then I did a plus 4 and then a plus 4. Well, that doesn't help because 4 plus 4 on the left is going to give me 8. And then I've got my x, it still stands. And then I've got 6 plus 4 is 10. So it doesn't help me solve for x, but I want you to understand something. Even though I added 4 on both sides, it doesn't change the equation because you know that x plus 2 is 10. So x is still 2. So this is why it's very important for you to know that for an equation, whatever you do to one side, you have to do the same to the other side. Because so long as you do that, the equation is going to be fine. You are not changing anything in the equation. And if you decide to solve for x, you're going to get the same number, which you should have got with the previous equation. All right. Another problem. So let's say that we've got x minus 2 equals 7. X minus 2 equals 7. X minus 2 equals 7. Now, we are solving for x. Solving for x. So, with this problem, x has to stand alone. For x to stand alone, this 2 should move away. The 2 has to go away. So, I'm going to say x minus 2 equals 7. To take the 2 away, I'm going to add 2. Add 2. Again, why am I adding? Because I've got a minus 2 here. I want this part to be 0 so that x will stand alone. And for x to stand alone, I've got to add 2 to the left side so that negative 2 plus 2 gives me a 0. So this will give me a 0. X equals 7 plus 2, which is 9. Yes. And that's it. So you have to think a little bit, analyze the equation. Am I adding? Am I subtracting? If you know that, then you're going to be fine. All right. Now, let's take another step into this. Let's say that I have 2x minus 4 equals 6. 2x minus 4 equals 6. In this equation, we are solving for x. Solve for x. We're solving for x. To solve for x, x has to stand alone. Now, if you look at this 2 here, the 2 is multiplying the x. The 2 is more close to x. It's multiplying the x. So we say 2x. This 4 or minus 4, yes, it's on the left side, but that is not as attached to the x as the 2. So you've got to take this away first. You've got to move this 4 to the right. To do that, look at the sign of the 4. It's got a minus attached to it or a negative attached to it. And to take it away, you've got to add 4. And then whatever you do to the right, you do the same to the left. So I add 4 on the right. Now, negative 4 plus 4, that gives me a 0. It's like you're owing $4, right? It's a minus 4. You owe $4. So you need to pay the 4. So you add $4 to it. 2x equals 6 plus 4. Now, 6 plus 4 is 10. So I've got 2x equals 10. Now, I want to solve for x. So I've got to go to the 2. The 2 that is multiplying the x. It's so attached to the x, but I've got to separate them. To do that, because it's multiplying, multiplication goes with division. Because it's multiplying the x, I'm going to divide. But I do the same thing on the other side. 2 will cancel 2. In other words, 2 divided by 2 is 1, right? So I've got 1x, or x, equals 10 divided by 2. And 10 divided by 2 is 5. So x equals 5. So it is a process. You've got to follow the steps. Start moving stuff away from the x. Start from somewhere. And then you keep going till x is lonely. X wants to be lonely. Nobody wants to be lonely most of the time, except for x. Okay, some people want to be lonely though, but x would like to be lonely always. Always want to be lonely. All right, another example. So let's say that we've got negative 3x plus 5 equals negative 16. Negative 3x plus 5 equals negative 16. You could pause the video and then try it by yourself and come back and then check the answer. So here again, this 5 should go away because we want x to stand alone. So because it's a positive 5, I'm going to minus 5 from it. So 5 minus 5 is 0. So this goes to 0. You cancel it out. So I've got negative 3x equals negative 16 minus 5, like that. Now, negative 16 minus 5. This is where you're doing, let's say that you go to your bank account and you check and you're at a negative 16. Oh no, that's not good. Negative 16, it means that I owe $16. Oh, I've got to pay a bill of $5. Oh no, I've got to pay a bill of $5. So you're taking $5 out of the account again. So what is going to happen to the account? You're going to go more negative, right? So negative 16 minus 5 is going to give you a negative 21, negative 3x. And now you've got to divide both sides by negative 3, not 3, but negative 3. Yep. So the negative 3 will cancel the negative 3 on the left, so you have x to stand alone. Now, on the right, you've got negative 21 divided by negative 3. The negatives, again, will cancel. So you've got x equals 21 divided by 3. And 21 divided by 3 is 7. So x equals 7. X equals 7. And that's it. All right, so I'll end this video here. Please make sure you watch the next video. It's also going to help. We're going to go another step to help us understand and appreciate how equation works. Bye.